He believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You know, you can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this.
Charlotte Daly of Male Sport Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Teofimo Lopez. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Love that.
Look, we're here for the Undisputed event. We've just seen some people have been playing you on the video game.
So
how
cool.
hard is it to not go over and kind of micromanage and tell them how to fight as you?
No, you know, honestly, it's fun to see that. You know what I mean? It's fun to see Play Undisputed get into it and really start amping it. Now we got a tournament going on here at the HyperX Arena. I'm happy. I love it. And the fact that, you know, me being on the video game, can't be mad at it at all.
Yeah, what would like baby Teo or young Teo think about the fact that you're in a video game? I mean, that's quite cool, isn't it?
Not only is it cool, but it's like so surreal. Sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming, you know, and just to see me there and all the effects, the graphics, everything in detail looks amazing.
Do you ever, you know, yourself play against somebody that you've always wanted like a dream fight and you've not been able to actually get that fight? Do you ever just go and play?
I did that actually when they finally announced me as the character in the Play Undisputed, and that was against Terence Crawford.
How did it go down? Who won?
I won.
Oh, yes.
By knockout.
Amazing.
Yes.
Look, we've also just seen you've just linked up with Roy Jones Jr. there. He was kind of offering some advice, even saying that he would help, you know, train you whenever you needed, things like that.
Yep.
Just talk me through that kind of conversation.
Well, you know, I think at certain points in your career, right, you have to realize that you don't know everything. Right, and sometimes you have those like the likes of Roy Jones Jr., who was arguably the best fighter in the 90s, even the early 2000s, and for him to want to, you know, help me in some sense, maybe there's something that I'm not possibly there yet with that he could possibly add to my arsenal, and I would love to see more. I would love to learn more. That's like some type of mentorship.
Yeah, of course, always learning, always developing. Roy obviously was an elite fighter. What elements of his kind of style or his ability would you want to incorporate from him if he came into camp to help you?
Well, to be honest, I think it's I have a nice heightened twitch, right? However, there was ways that he used to do it off of a feint, or he would do certain things repeatedly before he would set it up to those hyper ticky-tacky movement, you know, and I think that was the best thing that I noticed from him. I took that actually, you know, growing up watching him fight. But I think maybe what I would ask for him a little bit more is little things I didn't see. Because it was too fast. You know, he was too fast.
Slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, and maybe break it down to me so where I could get it and understand it a little better.
How much do you watch old fights and former fighters and try and pick up on things with those small margins, trying to just really develop yourself?
Oh my goodness, I think that's one of my biggest attributes that I tend to latch on to. And one of my best routines that I practice a lot on when I'm in the gym is that I look at these past legends, past fighters, and even those back in the 40s, right? And I will learn a thing or two. Now I'm looking into Henry Armstrong, right? Who not only was a great champion, but was a champion in 3 weight divisions at the same time, simultaneously. And I'm taking bits and notes of that because someone in them motivated them to be that person. And then you learn from that, and you just keep going. That's why I'm here, to make boxing great again, to show a different side of boxing and show the format of the formula, really, of how far you could take it.
Yeah. You said there about being motivated and being motivated by certain people. Who's your biggest motivator when it comes to training?
Not to really foresay as well as it is, but my faith. I think my belief in knowing that something greater than all of us creates me to do more, to really send out a better message out there. I've had some hiccups, can't lie on that. I've done some wrongful things I thought was right, you know, at the time, but none of it is, and I've learned from it. You know, I'm 28 now, and I think that's what motivates me, is how can I inspire others? Well, you can't do it with hate, you got to do it with love.
Yeah, inspire people in and out of the ring. And talking of being in the ring,
yes.
Shakur Stevenson, obviously
sure.
You guys are both in Las Vegas. I'm hearing that you did link up today. A face-off happened between the two of you?
Yeah, face-off happened, things of that nature, just to create create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny and the boxing ring to decide.
How close is the fight between the two of you, and when could we kind of expect to see you two face each other?
I'm ready to fight. Honestly, I could fight tomorrow. I've been staying in the gym. I've been really serious about my work ethic, everything. I hear people say this and that, and those are naysayers. I've done very well for myself at just this short period in time. The fight should happen very soon, and as long as the people on that side, the business side of that side, I just like to fight.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen.
How frustrating is kind of the business side of boxing? Because obviously fighters, as you say, just want to get in the ring, but there's so many hurdles to go over before you get there. And
Yeah.
we always hear of fights falling through, fights not happening. Ryan Garcia, for example. How frustrating is it for someone like you?
There's detours for a reason, right? There's sometimes roadblocks along the path, and sometimes you get upset because you're like, why is it really like this? It should just, but as you start understanding a little bit more or just realizing certain things, it's out of your reach. I can't control it so much, and this is why I really am trying to make boxing great again, but hopefully with these networks and everyone else in play, we could really start doing that. Let the people really see what it was and has always been. The best fighting the best, and the winner becomes the man or the woman.
Yeah. Fighting Shakur Stevenson, he is an exceptional fighter. He comes under a lot of criticism, though, for his style of fighting. Some people describe him as a boring fighter. How do you think the fight between you two will play out, and what do you think needs to happen to negate people saying that about that fight?
No, that's a well-thoughtful question. Honestly, it's a real nice assessment to see how everyone looks at a certain fighter, right? And I think that holds on to Shakur Stevenson when people say he's boring or he's not as entertaining. And I think that with a fighter like himself, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's undefeated for a reason, Maybe some people don't like it, but this is why the takeover is here. To make it at least fun and make it great and do what I can to engage on that. Now, how do we do that? Well, you guys got to tune in early 2026.
Do you think fans are almost too greedy now, almost too bloodthirsty, wanting the knockouts? They expect too much. Do you think that...
No, I think it's great. Honestly, it's great. That means they're into it, right? When you want something or you're into it, it's like a kid, right? When you wanted that toy, you want it. And then the moment you have it, maybe you enjoy it for a little bit, but then maybe you get tired of it, right? So that's what it is, And I love it. Get involved. Get emotionally invested in this because it's going to be a great fight, a great matchup.
Talking of a great matchup and a great fight, what do you want people to remember from your performance against Shakur Stevenson when you walk out of that ring?
There can only be one takeover.
Well, they'll have to tune in to see. Look, we are also in Las Vegas for Canelo versus Crawford. We have to speak about that. People are calling it the biggest fight of the era. What's your take on the fight?
Oh my goodness, once in a lifetime. That's the motto, and that's what's gonna happen in less than 24 hours. I mean, this is great. This is honestly a great matchup. This is a great battle. I always make jokes of it, but black and brown is how you get down. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great thing right here. Both guys weighed in exactly the same at 167.5 pounds in the U.S. What is that in kilos?
That is, oh God, you're testing me there. I don't even know. There we
all
go.
right, we'll disclose it. We'll put it right down here in this column. Yes. But this is something that I really enjoy. This is great. This is what we need. Right? And everyone's involved in it. I think they've already sold over 60,000 tickets at the Allegiant Stadium and still counting. So I can't wait. This is going to be great. I think it's all about whoever wants it that bad.
So you think it's more of a mental thing? Because obviously people are talking about the weight massively and the fact that Crawford is jumping up. Do you think that's as significant as maybe people are making it out to be?
No, it's about the mental. It's about the mindset. Yeah, absolutely. It's the mindset. You have to look at it in that way. It's all about how bad you want something, right? And if you're going to want it, you're going to go get it. You know, and if Crawford really wants to show the world his greatness, well, in less than 24 hours, he's going to show the world his greatness, right? He's going to go get it. So, and Canelo, he has to defend it.
Well, that was the question really with the mindset, because you've obviously got Canelo who, if he loses to a smaller man, he's never going to live that down. But then you've got Crawford who is on the brink of making even more history and really kind of iconic history. Which way do you think it leans in terms of the motivation? Who has more in it?
Damn if they do, damn if they don't. Neither fighter has the motivation as far as the outcome. Because someone's going to say something, always. Crawford wins. Oh, well, you know, he was supposed to win. He came up this way. They'll make an excuse. Canelo wins. Oh, but he fought a guy that went up 2 weight classes. Maybe that wasn't what needed to happen. People are always going to talk. People are always going to doubt. People are always going to hate. So there's no motivation. Just the motivation, I guess, is the money for them tonight. Well, tomorrow night.
That was going to be my question then. If it's all kind of downside, what is
That's why they're fighting for about 9 figures each.
Yeah.
Okay? And everybody else is watching him like, damn, you know, let me get on. No. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the fight. Enjoy this historic fight. Enjoy the fact that boxing, maybe he's on their last. Maybe he's on his beginning.
Yeah.
So enjoy it.
Talking of big money fights, you were saying that you wouldn't mind fighting on the undercard of Jake Paul Tank.
Yes, I did. But listen, I'm going to say this right now. Jake Paul, I think what's not disrespecting him or any of that nature. I just been so caught up with my things. But, you know, I think Milton LaCroix, who's my assistant trainer, you know, I think he spoke to his manager or rep for MVP. And he's like, no, we don't want to do that. No exhibitions for Teofimo of that nature. Unless he's willing to do a multi-fight deal or something like that. And I understand it, but then why are you guys doing Gervonta Davis for an exhibition for a swing fight? It's really a swing bout. I think it's just, you know, let's just make it happen. Why you hate me so much? Why do you guys hate me? Come on, let's make it exciting.
What do you think of Jake Paul's boxing ability?
I love it. Do your thing, man. He respects the game. He respects boxing, and he knows how to promote.
Yeah.
One thing I can't take nothing away from the guy. I didn't like him when they came in. The Paul brothers, I didn't like it. I said it many times. But what they're doing and how – my whole thing is how are they treating the sport? They're bringing more movement, even woman empowerment, right? And then on top of that, he's taking it serious. He's fighting. He's taking it serious. He's trying to show people at the same time, whether it's an old fighter that hasn't fought or whether it's someone that has a legacy. He's still trying to do something, right? Can't take that away. Can't knock it off.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to leave you in a second. I'll just give you 2 more. Ryan Garcia, obviously, fight didn't happen.
That's what I tell the woman, right? I'm taking 2 more, I'll be out of my way.
What's your take on where he's at these days and what's kind of going on with him?
With Gervonta?
No, Ryan Garcia.
With Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia, no, you know, I think he may have a rematch with Rolando Romero. You know, Rolly, I think they may have a rematch. Well, got to wait and see.
And Devin Haney, obviously Brian Norman. How's that going to go?
Great fight, great matchup in November. And may the best man win. You know, this will be Devin Haney's official, you know, welterweight fight and debut. And he's fighting a champion like Brian Norman. I think Brian Norman's a little too green, but he still has the punching power, still has that puncher's chance, still has that willing, right, to show the world and make a statement, right? And then you got Devin Haney, who a lot of people already know. People have written him off. People feel this, feel that. His last showing wasn't the greatest, but he still got the win. I don't know. It's kind of up and down right now.
We'll see.
50-50. He's got to tune in.
Look, I said it was 2 more, so I'm leaving it at 2 more. Thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
That was 2? That was 2?
That was 2,
That was 2 in 1?
Kind of,
right?
Yeah.
You know. Cool. All right.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, honestly. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yes, let's go. Take over.